$744.27. Gross payroll for 6/28/2024, $435,613.71. Melanie Fitness registered $1,244.32 for total corporate payments of $2,498,854.63. Their motion to accept it.
All right, is there a second? Is there a motion second? Any discussion?
Yes, we have another second motion.
Okay.
This will be approving the bills as read with the following removals. These are the same individuals that were removed in the previous month, so this is nothing new, just a matter of record. So approving the bills as read, removing page 5, Delgado Law Group, $119,620.81. Page 5, existing concrete, $14,123.03. Page 6, 5 Star, $122,325. Page 7, John's Pro Trees, $155,000 even. Page 8, K&M Ventures, $183,950. Page 8, Lopez Law and Maintenance, $10,050. Page 9, Masta Design, $65,700. Page 11, Raul and Son, $181,950. And page 13, White Coat Pool Solutions, $34,788.58. My motion is to approve the bills with the following items removed.
Second. All right, is there a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead.
On this page where enterprise fleets, I know that the gentleman has stated that the payments were delinquent, and I asked for a copy of the lease. We approved this in September 7th of 2021, based on the, because I went back to look at the YouTube. We approved to trade out the vehicles. The vehicles that we have, because we currently had at that time 46 vehicles. You guys have bought 30 new vehicles, which totaled $1,105,000 and some change. My question to that was, and I asked I don't know what the title is at this point, but I asked in reference to did we turn in some vehicles, because when I looked at the meeting, it said based on we were gonna be turning in vehicles for the lease for the fleets. None of the guy Christopher Fry, who emailed me back, said that none of the vehicles was turned in. So if we did turn in any vehicles and we purchased 28 new vehicles, because that's what the exact total is, 28 new vehicles, where are those old vehicles?
Why do you think we have those?
You said what?
I said, why do you don't think we have those?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked me that. I was asking the question, but the reason I'm asking that is because historically, if you're selling anything, it should go through the board, because in 2021, you put that you were selling some stuff in the basement and you bought it in front of us and said, this stuff is surplus, that we have to go in front of the body to sell stuff. But y'all been selling these cars on govdeals.org, and it hasn't came across the board.
What? You can sell anything from out of the
A lie. Her name is Molly.
Sell anything from out of the basement. When you guys said you did not want to say, when you guys said you did not want to clean the bill of charges right when I got in office, all that trash, all that trunk, whether it was couches, furniture, is still down there now. So we did not. As relates to vehicles, that will be Keith Freeman question, because he's the one who took the vehicles, as you know, already. So when we get to the report, I don't understand why we grandstand. You said, and I quote, I spoke to Keith Freeman. So if you guys have that type of report, why don't you do that before you get it, instead of putting on the shop? and you would have got your answer instead of putting on a show.
She just asked a question. And talk about
Okay,
it.
so,
That's on
so let me say this, because I think that, for one, you never addressed the fact that it was supposed to go through the board, however you just wanted to spend it. Two, I did speak to Keith Freeman. Keith, when I called you about what?
That's a, I think that's a.
When I called you,
Wait,
what did I call you about?
hold on, stop. Before you start with the whole stutter thing, just relax.
Oh, no.
I'm very respectful for everybody.
All right, citizens, let them talk.
First thing is, that if you did have a question, I think the best thing to do, because you know I would have answered the question. I think I would have answered the question. If I couldn't answer the question, at least I would have been able to tell you I can't answer the question. Second thing is all fleet. Every single vehicle that's in our fleet is being managed by the police department. We have a spreadsheet. And I would have been able to tell you which vehicles have been swapped out and which ones weren't. The other thing is, the last part is to answer all of your questions is that if you and I had a conversation with Chris Fry, then maybe we would have been able to get to the bottom of it. And as opposed to answering it right now, and it's a loaded question, and I have nothing in front of me to answer. One more thing too. One more thing. I think this is really, really important. And this deal, this enterprise deal, was done prior to me being here.
Correct.
It was a Dorothy Brown deal.
That's correct.
So if I don't have the contract in front of me, and the contract doesn't say, hey, listen, maybe these particular vehicles are being swapped out, this VIN number, swapped out for this amount, then I can't tell you that. So I agree that it's a valid question. But what I think is a better way of communicating with me and probably everybody else, so we don't get all the ahs and ohs, is maybe you can contact me and maybe we can continue the relationship that we have of communicating prior to us getting here. That would have been respectful, so we wouldn't just be put on the hook like this.
That's true, and you know what, and I definitely appreciate that, but as our conversation went, when I asked about why our agenda items wasn't on there, and he said, well, then that conversation when the mayor was not available, it should have been that somebody would have got back to us. So I'm not trying to put you on the hook for anything. She the one said talk to you about it. I know exactly when it took place. Dorothy Brown was here. The lease was signed October 15th. I don't need you, me, and Chris Fry on there. What my conversation was to you about, or to the board or whoever is running the day-to-day operation, is that if these are something that, not even the cars, the fact that selling anything that's a surplus goes in front of the board of trustees. Is that, am I not right?
You're right about that, but
Okay.
we didn't have a conversation about that on the phone.
That's
You
true.
didn't mention that on the phone. What you mentioned to me was that you would like to place on the agenda a discussion item. You didn't say, and I quote, I want to discuss this prior to me putting it on the agenda. That's one. The second thing is that part of that agreement may say that you are swapping out whatever those vehicles are. And I can't have an intelligent conversation with you about that if it's not in front of you. I think to be helpful to one another, so I can be prepared, so that the mayor can be prepared, and everyone in our administration can be prepared, it would have been better served for us to have that conversation prior to that.
That's fine. Don't take the cars out. The issue is anything that goes as a surplus that's being sold by the village of Dolton, does it go in front of the board of trustees? Yes or no?
Yes, now, can I
Okay.
ask you a question? May I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Do you have a copy of the contract with Enterprise in front of you that says that, hey, listen, these are a list of vehicles that could be swapped out that was already prior approved for the board?
Absolutely. And
That's
I got the email that says, hi, Kiana, attached is the current active lease schedules as well as the list in the Excel of current vehicles on the lease with Enterprise. I don't see where we ever received a vehicle to sell on your behalf or to trade in. Also, I've attached a master lease agreement in case that you need it for a reference. I'll work on pulling all of the invoices. Please let me know about payment.
So you answered the question yourself.
No,
The question,
that's
listen,
not the question.
listen, wait, hold on.
That's not the question.
No.
Because I have a separate list of Excel sheets of cars that been sold.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if you guys guys already have a master list of the vehicles that are supposed to be sold.
It's not you guys, Kiana does.
Kiana, okay. Trustee Belcher, if you have a master list of the vehicles that are always supposed to be sold, then you already agreed to it as a board.
No, this is the list of cars that we purchased, not to be sold.
That's what I asked, that's the question.
This is the list of cars that we purchased.
You missed the question.
Okay, guys, so, you know,
The
this is
end
on
all was, if they're selling anything, it should go in front of the board. Excuse me?
you know, this is on the agenda item, so I guess we're not gonna discuss it no longer after y'all get done.
I mean, as long, you keep putting, fire, mic on there, so as many times as we can put it on here, we can.
No, what I'm saying is, you're discussing it now, we're in the middle of bills. That's our
And this is a,
item.
financial issue.
And that's fine, but I'm saying it's on the agenda for discussion, so
And
why
this is
would
a
we not?
financial issue.
On this? Alright, what else? Anything else? That's it.
I do have one comment.
Go ahead.
I just want to, and this is more a matter of record because I heard the firefighter make mention about bills not being paid, or that the board were not responding. On this warrant list, I'm looking at the Dolton professional firefighters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 payments, one from an April 5th payday, one from May 17th payday, one from December 29th, 23 payday, one from April 19th payday, one from May 31st, and one from 6/14. Totaling $5,980. That is included on this list. It's included for payment, but I want to make sure that the hardworking firemen know that the board is just seeing this for the first time, and we're glad to approve these items when they're presented. Thank you.
All right, anything else?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
when we discuss bills, and this is mainly just so we clear for residents. The point is that there is a mismanagement of money, and they're not prioritizing the spending. That's the entire part. That's the hassle for us, because as residents, our goal is to make sure that when you all call, you all have these services. But if they continue to mismanage the money, when they're sitting in first class seats, but they can't fix the streets, that's a problem. So we have an issue where even when we talk about the leases, the issue of the leases coming up is the fact that, yes, we did as a board vote on the enterprise contract because we did feel as if it was necessary to have newer cars for our employees. However, when you have $1 million in leases that we did not approve, the issue is that we cannot afford it. Let's take the Tahoes back with all of that interest and pay the firefighters what is due to them moving forward. There are other ways to spend this money. We're not prioritizing. Everything is a party. There's nothing to celebrate when you have employees that are not being taken care of the right way, when they're not being compensated properly. So again, these things are not being brought in front of the board. And what happens is we're going broke, and we continue to say this, and this is a big issue. So again, I'm going to say there's a lack of transparency. We know that there's a lot of things that's going on that we don't even know about, such as with the credit card statements. They continue to refuse to give us those. They increased that credit card limit from $20,000 a month to $50,000 a month. And every month it's replenishing, and things are being spent every month. And of course, it's unbeknownst to the board. So again, residents, these are issues. These are the reasons why you see us have this back and forth, because you all need to know how the money is being spent. I heard her make a comment regarding taxes. It's unbelievable to me that you sit here and tell residents that we're the reason why their taxes are increasing, when we all know that you don't follow the budget. So common sense tells us all, anybody who have a household, that when you don't follow a budget, you cause a deficit. Any money that's not approved for, so that $1 million skate rent that wasn't approved for, guess what? The taxpayers have to pay for it somehow. So whether the board approved it or not, we are all still paying for it, because again, with a deficit, anytime there's overspending, that difference is on the backs of the taxpayers. So despite the things that are going on in the South suburbs in general, you have a leader who continues to spend. And that's the reason why taxes are increasing, because they cannot follow a budget to save their lives. Thank you.
Okay, one thing to add to that. It's a shame when we make bills and we don't pay our bills. If you look at those beautiful signs down Sibley, we still owe $65,000, $65,700 as of today's date. These people are looking for their money. Their money. We can't continue to do reckless spending when we already owe so many vendors. It's sad that we constantly keep making bills on top of bills that we are not paying. The email is here. So again, when you say it's a lie, it's fake news, it's right here in black and white. I spoke to them Friday. They want their money. And who can blame them? But come down Sibley, as I told them, and you can see all your beautiful banners hung on Sibley. But today's date, they have not been paid. It's a shame that we cannot pay the vendors. And we sit here and say, it's a lie, it's a lie. It's no lie. It's the truth. We're not paying our bills. So let's stop making bills until we pay the bills that we have already made. Thank you.
So, in the end, everybody made their little victory speech. Hey, great. But the truth is, you guys don't pay people because you put them off the warrant list. Regular slow, they see what's going on. You say either vendors that did the work, but yet y'all just took a ton of people off from getting paid. They did the work, right? They paid, approved. What y'all won't do. But everybody give a speech about, hey, we're not paying people. That's because the board chooses not to pay certain people. You take certain people out. That's called targeting. And I get it. Because you guys want to control the narrative of everything, but you don't want to create all the chaos and all the misunderstanding. Because once again, I've said before, if you really wanted answers, you would call. I always say call me, now y'all call me. And you would come and sit down and talk about whatever you feel you don't like, don't understand. But you guys don't do that. It's all about a show for everybody. And that's what's so silly. So then when we get out here, we got to try to laugh to the public about whatever's going on. Just like how y'all talking about the fireman and they came up. Of course, you know I'm gonna get to the bottom of whatever it is. I'm gonna do a whole video about it. Because somebody say something, don't make it true, don't make it factual until you fact check it. How you know what's true? And then you guys lying everybody's name about people taking things. No one's taking anything. For what? So all I'm saying to y'all is like, come on, man, get some clarity to the why. And want to help community. You guys on this board for 4 years, and I see y'all do nothing at all, but keep up chaos and mess and confusion. That's it. You guys are supposed to do what? Legislate. Y'all don't even do that. Y'all go have y'all little secret store meetings. Y'all put whatever y'all want for y'all agenda on the agenda. And then y'all come to the actual board meeting and cry about what y'all feel y'all can't do, but y'all go to the other meeting and do what y'all want to do. Don't make no sense. The residents not slow. They see this. All I'm saying to y'all is like, talk before you get to the board meeting. Have conversations about something that's on the agenda before you get to the board meeting. So everybody will be prepared. Because when y'all ask the question, half the time they don't have it in front of them. But y'all job is to try to make people look like they're doing something they're not. Then when they give you the answer, you don't come back and clear it up. Like the news don't, when they make a mistake, they just leave a mistake out there about whatever they said about a person. It's the same thing. But we can do that.
But the question is, and I'm going to reiterate this question because she is now filibustering and has not answered the question. Why are the surplus vehicles that were not being paid for on a website for government property to be sold? She's not answered that. And what Kiana is sitting here with right here at the front, she is sitting here with the evidence that it is on the website for sale right now.
If we want better, but y'all don't want better. Y'all don't keep confusion up and chaos. And I'm tired of it. Y'all gotta want to show the public that we can work together. We, us, at a board meeting. Think about it. We only see each other once a month. That's it. Once a month we see y'all. Up there, I don't see y'all at the grocery store. I don't see y'all at the gas station. I don't see y'all nowhere in the city that you so-called supposed to live in. Don't. So all I'm saying to you guys is y'all gotta really want more than just creating a whole negative narrative every single time it's board meeting. And that's why I normally don't give this any attention or time, at this moment. I go, let y'all go, because you guys already got your mind made up. It's my open meetings act. How y'all voting saying? That means y'all met, talked about, came up with a plan, came here, y'all all vote together. No matter what we say, even if we answered the question, you still vote against whatever we gave you the answer to. So it can't just be your way. It can't just be y'all right and we wrong. It don't work that way. We give you the facts, we give you the truth, and you gotta still keep the turmoil going. We gotta say enough is enough, and we gotta move forward. And I get it, it's election time, everybody got a voice, everybody wanna say something. When y'all could have been doing more work together, us together, before we got to this point. Because in 2 months, everybody up, right? Everybody up. And that's all it's about. It's all about attention. It's all about clickbait. It's all about, look at me, look what we do. That's it. Y'all ain't really been doing nothing. And then y'all fight. Man, y'all go around the fact that you guys raise taxes. No matter how y'all try to shoot for that. The board raised your taxes. I don't care what they say. They raise your taxes. But yet they want to say something about a budget. When we give you a budget, you don't pass it. When we give you a budget and we go get the money and bring it back, grant money. The lawyer had to tell y'all to put the grant money back in the budget. We wouldn't even be able to receive the money. But I don't see nobody else bringing funds into our community but me, the mayor. But yeah, that was my job.
She's talking about the grant monies that she has not allowed to flow through by not being in compliance with receiving the monies.
Okay, it's my job to get the money. So yeah, y'all don't tell me what to do. We don't work like that. I ran to the I didn't work for y'all. I don't follow people that got no vision and nowhere to go. And I don't sit at tables where we do all this little chatting and talking about each other. I don't do that, but y'all do. So what I'm saying to you guys is, if we went and got funds for our community, to help our community and grow our community, we're supposed to work together on what we're going to do next. Not fight against somebody's vision because y'all don't have a vision. That's the sad part about it. I give you a vision, I give you what we're gonna do next, and yet nobody wants to work together.
Mayor.
I'm done with you.
Okay, Mayor, I just have a question because you made that wonderful statement. I actually have two questions. Okay, if you say that we meet once a month, and every time, I've said this before, it don't never really go bad till we get to finance. Why is the finance person not here? Why is the person that cut the checks not here? Why isn't the CPA's office not here? That would solve a lot of things. Since you're talking about nobody called you, nobody called Keith or whatever. You just said it out your mouth. We meet once a month. I mean, as much money as all these people, we just approved $43,000 for the CPA. The other person that's doing payroll stuff make almost $90,000. They can't afford one meeting a month to come and give us an explanation.
Right. Exactly.
And then you steady saying, yes, you went and got the money. I didn't ask for, I don't know how many months. Where's that? We waiting to see some type of receipt of a deposit, some type of something to say we got. Well, we seen that we had it, but it hasn't hit the village of Dolton. So when you sat there and did all of that, nobody wants to go back and forth, but you can never give an answer, a definite answer. Have we received $6.8 million? No. Okay. Why is the finance person? Last month, I asked the same thing. Why the finance person not here? No answer. It's Monday again. The finance, what is Monday her off day? Well, maybe we should check it. I don't know. But it don't make no sense that we have to keep doing this. It makes no sense at all.
Now you
I got one more.
Okay, I believe that's the end of the discussion. We're going to move on the vote so we can get through this agenda.
Just to follow up on Trustee Belcher's point, after last meeting, I did email the CPA and ask them to be present in attendance. They responded saying that they were willing. They were actually here in the parking lot and were not allowed into the building.
All right, is that it? All right,
Last month, I asked the same thing. Why the finance person not here? No answer. It's Monday again. The finance, what is Monday her off day? Well, maybe we should check it. I don't know. But it don't make no sense that we have to keep doing this. It makes no sense at all.
now you.
I got one more.
Okay, I believe that's the end of discussion. We're going to move on the vote so we can get through this agenda.
Just to follow up on Trustee Belcher's point, after last meeting, I did email the CPA and ask them to be present in attendance. They responded saying that they were willing. They were actually here in the parking lot and were not allowed into the building.
All right, is that it? All right,
Trustee Belcher. Aye. Trustee Stan Brown. Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
No.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay. All right, next on the agenda is new business. Motion to terminate contract of Overton, Stark, Murphy, Frazier, and McGrath, LTD as legislative council. I put this on the agenda every single time because you guys know, like I know, the person that's basically their puppet master is Overton, Bert Overton. Right now, he are creating chaos amongst our community.
She wants to fire the attorney for the trustees, the ones, this is her attorney up at the top. She's trying to fire their attorney for obvious reasons. Let's listen.
He has our community divided. What he do is go into community and divide and come to section the black and brown communities. I've been saying this over and over again, and he's on the money grab. Every single time they ask me to go into closed session to give the lawyer cases. How dare him ask us to give him cases when he's suing the village? So you have to take it for what it is. That is what Overton is doing, but he wants us to give him all of the cases for the village of Dolton. We're not going to do that. At the end of the day, my level of power is I am the one that say he can have cases or not. And the answer is no. So I will not be bullied. I will not be manipulated into doing anything by this board of trustees as it relates to her Overton group. And then also, he needs to.
She said that she would not be bullied if that's not the pot calling a kettle black.
Stop with the back and forth with the board of trustees. They keep them on, and I don't understand why somebody's not getting paid. You should ask your question. You should ask yourself this question. If a person's not getting paid, why are they still where they are? You saw the main attorney, which is the other law firm, stop because he was not getting paid. But yet their attorney said he will come in and muscle everybody and say, hey, you know what? We want all the cases. Even though we suing you, meaning the village of Dolton, we suing y'all, but we want to represent all the cases for the village of Dolton. He does not represent the village of Dolton. I repeat, he does not represent the village of Dolton, and he will not get any cases from the village of Dolton. So for him or anybody to think that the board has the power to give him cases, they do not. I repeat, they do not, will not, cannot. So I keep telling y'all this. I keep stating the facts to y'all. I'm telling y'all what's going on as it relates to that law firm. They keep on doing all the mess in our village, and I'm tired of it. And if you go and pay attention to any other village that he's in, it's the same turmoil, because that's what he do. He create chaos, division, and he tried to go and run people because he cannot run that form of government, whether it's the mayor or the board. If he's not with one or the other, he goes after them and sit here and try to create this false narrative and have them clashing against each other. So that is my statement for the record as it relates to Bert Overton. Next on the agenda is override of mayor veto issued on June 3rd, 2024.
I'll make a motion to approve the override of mayor veto issue.
Second.
All right, the motion is second. However, it's a veto. It's a veto.
Righty. Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Don't count.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay, so what you see is Trustee Brown finally going opposite of her. And that's why everybody is happy, because standardly there are two people, Holmes and Brown, that always side with her.
It was to allow Trustee Jason House to be the mayor pro tem every single time. For whatever reason, it don't make no sense, but that's what it was for. But here's the law, just so you understand what veto is, and no matter if you overturn it or not, this is still the law, still would hurt whether they overturn it or not. So they cannot overturn the veto as it relates to mayor pro tem. Even though they did, they can do that because they're gonna vote on it, right? But what I'm saying to you is the law. It is unconstitutional because it basically mess with the powers of the mayor's office. So the powers of the mayor's office is, I am the one that does the appointments for those that don't understand what goes on. So I just wanted you to understand the why for what it is they just did and what they just overturned, okay? All right. Next on the agenda, is there a motion to adjourn this meeting so we can go on to the next meeting? Is there a motion to adjourn? Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion and a second? Call the roll.
Trustee Dolton. Aye. Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown. Aye. Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
This meeting adjourned at 8:58 p.m.
All right, next, I would like to call on a special board meeting of the trustees. Today is July 1st, 2024, and the time is 8:57 p.m. Please call
It's
the
8:58.
whatever it is. Call it.
You are out here wrong. You know what?
Oh my God.
Trustee Belcher. Aye. Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown. Aye. Trustee House. Yeah, here. I'm sorry. Here. I'm here.
Wrong one in the first.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher. Norwood. Present. We have a quorum.
All right, do anybody else have a comment? Okay. Nobody?
Shit.
So,
Want me to move my chairs? Looks like he's having technical difficulties there. No sound. That's not our side. No sound. I don't think he even realizes that there's no sound. Huh, he sounds like me. So, as I eat my chips, I hope it's okay. They're jalapeno. I think the deal is that I think she's getting a little tired of people having information and insight. And the sad part about that is if they can't get information and insight from the place they're supposed to, they have to glean it and gather it any and every way they can. Currently, there's a Facebook page that is dedicated to putting up all the information that they can find. And because of that, there's a lot of stuff over there. There are a lot of documents. There's a lot of lawsuit stuff. There's everything you can think of. What I think we can do right now, since we started in the beginning to the end or middle to the end, hey, Joy, is we can go back. Hey, Hal. Our republic to a monarchy. Wow, girl. Well, hey, that's a totally that's a video that's waiting to be heard. Okay, so let me go back in this. I don't think he knows that they can't hear. Okay, take that, sweetie. You're welcome to have it. I know who you are, Joy Trujillo. Now you're Joy Calhoun. There's a story there too. All right, we're gonna scroll this back to the beginning of the meeting. Somewhere in here, yeah.
Accountability of where the money is, or if they've spent it.
We're gonna listen to the public talk. Okay, so let's see. Maybe it'll start there. Begins. Oh, they're doing the Pledge of Allegiance.
I think it is only fair as citizens of Dolton that we let them know that we're 100% behind you.
Okay, that's the fire department.
Because we've got the same issues and yours are in our hearts as well. And for my residents, again, I'm not going to address the dais. I'm going to address my residents. We all know how it goes. We put on a shit show, and that's the word for it, at Thornton Township, because we argued amongst ourselves. The media is here. If we're gonna give them something, we're gonna give them a good show. Let's be calm, let's be cool, let's not give anybody a reason to disrupt this meeting, to call it. The only way we're going to get what we want and get to the point of anything is that we hold to it. This is our fight. This is our fight. We've been fighting it a long time, and it is going to end. But we've got to want it to end and end right. Again, to the firefighters, as a former civil servant, I applaud you. Thank you.
The one allows.
Good evening, residents and trustees.
I speed it up a little.
This is my first time actually attending a meeting, and I'm a little thrown aback because I received my tax bill. My tax bill is 3 times what it was last installment. My alleys are messed up. I have garbage all over the place. I have a couple of abandoned houses on my block. My property value is down because of the fact of this. But my property tax go up 3 times. I'm not accepting that. I need to know what's going on. Why can't Dolton Ellis get proper road repair or houses being repaired? You say you did all of this. You have not done anything. Nothing for, I don't know what even side that is, but the Dobson Ellis Avenue. It's horrible over there. Trees are down, everything. But you say you beautifying the village? No. And my property taxes go up? I paid for this. I've been here for 30 years. This is the worst I've ever seen in this village. I am appalled to even be a resident. You have your head down. You need to be looking up at what I'm saying. Because we are tired. Not me. I'm tired of hearing Tiffany Henry did this. Tiffany Henry did this. I need to know where my money is going. I work every day. And you just gonna sit there and write like you don't even see me standing here. I have a problem with that. You say you're for the people, but how can you be for the people and you're not even looking at the people? I am a resident here in Dolton and of Thornton Township. And you need to be addressing us, not your attorney. You still haven't looked up. And I hope I stand here for 3 minutes and watch you not look at me. Because you best believe if I can get off on another Monday, baby, I'm gonna be here with my big mouth saying the same exact thing. I need to know what's going on with the money in the village of Dolton. I'm like everybody else. Las Vegas trip, we need to know what happened there. I'm looking at you, Andrew Holmes. I need to know what happened. I need to know what's going on. Because if things are going like this, anybody could have this happen to them. And she's gonna allow it. Because she's the mayor.
That's your 3 minutes?
Oh, now you look up. Hey, how you doing? All right.
My name is Dan Fari. I'm the president of Dolton Fire, Local 3766. I'm here today with fellow members of 3766 looking for answers. Since January of 2020, the village has chose not to settle a contract and refused to bargain with us. They have ignored all requests to reach an agreement and resolve the current situation going on within the fire department. After endorsing Mayor Henyard in 2021, she proceeded to replace our full-time deputy chief with a part-time deputy chief who contributed to her campaign fund. This is where the problems began. Local 3766 filed and won the grievance on a clear violation of our contract. What followed was a dysfunctional negotiation process, which leads us to inform the residents that we've been serving the village without a contract for 5 years. Currently, the village still refuses to negotiate, making progress extremely difficult and if not impossible. The second issue is our 457 accounts, which have been in litigation since 2022. This account is set up for individuals to invest their own money into a retirement fund. The money is withdrawn from the members' paychecks and is supposed to be sent to nationwide. The village does not follow these steps and has no accountability of where the money is or if they've spent it. Once this was discovered, the administration was informed via email by the previous union president that these missing deposits can be considered theft of wages. They reacted by placing him on administrative leave for inappropriate emails. To this date, we are still 9 to 10 deposits short. This shows lack of accountability and is an act of gross negligence. The third issue, health insurance. Health insurance is covered under the collective bargaining agreement, Article 14. The members of the fire department have run into several problems with our premiums not being met. This has led members and families' claims being denied, but also being sent to collections. This has been brought up to the village numerous times. All requests to date have been ignored. A grievance was filed and escalated to step 4. The fourth issue is our union dues. Per our collective bargaining agreement, Article 3, dues checks, the village is responsible for contributing union dues. We were missing 11 checks since 2023, $12,610. We received 3 unspecified checks. This can also be looked at as theft of wages. Keith Freeman's response to the step 3 process was, this is an issue on the trustees that they do not vote for the bills from the warrant list at the board meetings. The newest issue is work comp. In the past, we've had multiple issues with work comp to where members have been hurt on the line of duty and their claims have not been filed properly, which led to multiple members being sent to collections. I know that the police department is dealing with similar issues. So my question is, do we have workman's comp insurance? The Dolton Fire Department is here to serve and protect the residents of the village of Dolton, and we do this with pride. We will continue to serve despite the fact our health insurance is not being paid, our retirement funds are being taken from us, and workers' compensation claims are not being handled properly. These are serious issues, and they need to be addressed and fixed immediately.
Call the next person.
Thank you.
That is an absolute shame. To even be able, that situation by itself should be exegete. Just pull the whole, that situation, pull it out by itself, and let's look into that. What in the heck is going on? Did you hear everything they said? This is the first time that they've been there. The last gentleman by the name of Duval, who was in that young man's place, is the man that he was referencing when he said that he was placed on leave. When he sent the letter that we read on the air here a while back, he sent a letter and said, hey, I'm wondering, where's the money? Then he followed up, and then they put him on leave. So let's listen to the rest of the citizens of Dolton say exactly how they feel.
Next person to the mic, please.
Vivian Allen.
Oh, okay, I thought she started. All right, so I'm in town today. Just wanted to address first the trustees and just thank you guys for the wonderful job you do. Mine is Stan and Andrew. Andrew, I don't even know why you're here. Stan, did you step down from the township yet? Because that's what you said you were going to do the last week. All right, so it's just ridiculous that we have a corrupt mayor and somebody that's just so evil and that just don't care about the residents. All of us hardworking, educated residents, and we have this to deal with. This is a shame. This is a sham. The fire department, they just came strong. Do we even have a benefit specialist for the village of Dolton? Like, that should be like the person that should be answering these questions. It's actually the benefit specialist for Dolton. I'm gonna go a little bit off topic, but I feel bad for them because they're not getting what they're supposed to get. And we have HR, and HR should be in charge of benefits. Why is that not being paid? That's ridiculous. I guess that's the reason why she didn't hire me, because I was supposed to be her HR, but then she went with whoever else that's not up there to, I guess, defend what these people are talking about. Anyway, just gonna ignore her because she ignores everybody else. Let me just say that not gonna be long. I do have an event coming up. Since I can't do much stuff in the township throughout Thornton, I have partnered with Robbins, the village that Keith Price stole $90,000 from. Remember that? Yeah. So I have partnered with them to do an event. It's a back to school event. It's at the end of August. I am taking big donations. Tiffany, if you have any you want to donate, you can. I'm also taking school supplies as well as other things. If you guys want to reach out My email address is survivorlive1@gmail.com. I am taking all donations that you guys can give. It's for back to schools for the children, and it's for the.
Thank you for letting us know that the that the board meeting is over, but the way that we're doing it here is to prevent me from having any copyright strikes. Not that they would, but they might. I'm not showing it in its full totality, and I have to interject every now and again. But we don't know that they've ended yet. You are actually, what is it called when somebody tells the end of the story? Spoiler alert. You're doing a spoiler alert. So let's just go ahead and continue, folks. And I'm sure we're going to get to that good part, White House retirement nursing home. Thank you.
Residents is definitely for patients that have cancer or that have went through radiation, something that, she promised that she would do for people, but she's not going to do it. So I'm just going to try and do my best. And with the help of anybody that's able to help, I would definitely appreciate it. And I just wanted to speak on a murder that happened in Dolton that she still haven't addressed. It's ridiculous because the funeral is Friday and she haven't even said anything. We know Andrew Holmes is not going to get up and say anything because he's not us, for us. But it was a murder that happened in Dolton. If anybody have any video footage on this street, please, please, please let us know because it happened June 13th at 1 a.m. Oh, thank you. Because you want me to stop talking about a murder that you won't talk about.
Who's next?
Good evening, most everyone. Let me start. I've had an epiphany, and I wanted to apologize for a comment I made at the Dolton Township meeting that there was no disrespect to her daughter intended. However, I understand things can be misconstrued, misinterpreted. So I wanted to just set the record straight. It was a total compliment. It wasn't a diss, but I do apologize if it was taken that way. Tiffany, I didn't intend for it to be any kind of diss. The diss was directly toward you. So I just wanted to make that clear and apologize for anyone that misconstrued my intention. Having said that, Tiffany, why do you not care about other people's children? Long live Alexis Wilson. You never made a comment that was, with regard to the family and what they were going through. That in and of itself is a travesty. I mean, as a mayor, someone in your position to not even acknowledge such an egregious act from your department at the time. So I don't understand why there's such a distinction on caring about children. Then, also the, excuse me. Okay, also the park district, to find the park district because they're trying to beautify the parks and make them safe for the children. What's the point or purpose in that? Who doesn't like a nice park? Who doesn't want to take their children to a nice, safe park with mulch? To give them fines like that, for your political agenda is just not right. It doesn't benefit the residents. It's not a good look. And I don't understand, why you continue to try to paint the park district in a bad light. You had a video, you were live after an event. I'm not even sure what your intention was, but it seems like it was to show the park district in a bad light. It looked like it was staged. There were bottles and just things left behind, which, I don't know the authenticity of that video. It looked staged, honestly, because I do think that the park district commissioner, really puts a lot into making sure that the parks stay up to par. So not sure why that is. Also, just want to speak to why you think it's okay to just run things the way that you want them to go. And anytime there's a problem, you allow your henchmen to attack. Even at the township meeting, when the trustees stand up for themselves, you basically let the vendors just unleash their war on the trustees for asking questions, for making sure that they follow the process. And it's just so unprofessional that you would subject, your colleagues to that. when they are asking valid questions and making valid points. Thank you, everyone. Have a great night.
Who's next?
Valeria Stubbs.
Good evening, everyone, the four trustees, Madam Clerk, my fantastic
I really like Valeria Stubbs. Let's listen.
residents of the village of Dolton. I have no more warnings. No more warnings. All we ask for is transparency when it comes to our tax dollars and proper protocol on how it's being spent. That's all we want. We have a right to know, along with the board of trustees, the Gestapo-style tactics that was displayed at my home on June 24th by a village employee will not be tolerated. It will not be tolerated. I will not tolerate it. I took that as a direct threat to do bodily harm to me, and I'm too old to get whoopings. I think the last one I had, I was 15. The employee stated, I have a recording of it, and it's not the first time she has stated it, and I quote, that she will quit her job right now. And then she proceeded to get out of her vehicle and come towards me. And like I said, I'm too old to get any type of whoop. She stated the same thing to Long Island Audit. That's also on video. That she might as well quit her job right now because she is going to get fired. Mr. Freeman, you might want to look into that. As I know the mayor says she don't handle anything. And she passed the buck to you. But this is serious business. But before somebody get hurt, you might want to look into that for real. And I would appreciate if you look into what your employees are out here doing. Also, Mr. Moore, I am going to pray for you because 3 Deep came to my house that you called, and I didn't appreciate that. Bad look on my block because it wasn't warranted. So be careful of the things that you do, okay? Because when it's all said and done, the God that I serve,
All right.
He have the last say so on all of this. And you will reap, whether it's good or bad. And I'm included in that too. You will reap what you sow. You either can sow good oats or bad oats. Thank you.
Tyler Wilson.
Well, I'm glad she said that because it's the truth. Good oats or bad oats, no matter what it is. Man, I'm so sad that somebody told us what's going to happen.
Alexis Wilson, killed by Dolton police, or should I say executed by Dolton police within 1 minute of their arrival. 1 minute. That's all they gave her. 52 seconds, he's punching her with his flashlight in his hand, and 4 seconds later, she has 7 bullets. You and your officers put out a narrative that blamed it on my child. And to this day, I still have people that search me out to tell me that my daughter deserved what she got, that she deserved it. Because nobody's really looking at the video. They don't want the truth. They want to go with the narrative that the police put out. But those police were crooked. And so let's talk about those officers. Let's talk about Brian Perez, right? Alexis was his 4th police-involved murder. He had killed 3 others before this. As a matter of fact, Dolton is at least $13 million in debt from the lawsuit, the $33.5 million lawsuit that Lacey and Perez were involved in. Yeah, that lawsuit was paid up. There's no money for that. They had $10 million in insurance. So she's still fighting that lawsuit, trying to come down on that amount, that $33.5 million. Lady, if your daughter was killed, your child was killed, by police, there is no amount of money. What did you do about those officers? Why was he not sitting at a desk or sitting at home? Because she was number 4. If you would have did something about 1, 2, or 3, he wouldn't have been there that night, and my daughter would be here. So again, while you ignore me, while you look down, close your eyes and imagine it's your child. Okay, because it was mine. And what y'all did to my life, what y'all did to my life. She was only 19, unarmed, an entrepreneur. She was a good girl. But what did you say, Tiffany? I stand with my officers. They did do the right thing. And they took a criminal off the streets tonight. They have probably prevented other crimes that might have or could have or would have happened in the village of Dolton. But Tiffany, answer me this. What crime did she do that night? What crime did she commit that night? What crime did she commit that night that served execution?
Get her.
Don't get her. I got this.
Call the next person. Call the next person.
I had to deal with
Miss Wilson. Miss Wilson.
You got to deal with 3 minutes.
Miss Wilson.
Say it now.
I'm saying it. Sergeant Young is saying it. We're gonna conduct this meeting. Ma'am, I'm just standing up here. Okay? I'm acting today. But today we're gonna have a respectful meeting, just like Mr. Bond said, okay?
That is my niece, Carl Wilson. Terry. Alexis Wilson was my great niece. I've been with my Cara for years now, and I was with Alexis for many years. Cara's a great example of a mother. Her compassion shows in what she does. She works at an autism center. She loves children. She has love in her heart. You know, I don't know why any of us are here for these things. This is so surreal. It's like a Twilight Zone episode or something. I have a question. Are people allowed to ask you a question?
No.
That's not like, is that policy? Is that why everybody just talks? And I got some questions. I want some answers. I guess that ain't it. Well, super mayor, I want to know one thing. I've known some super people. Okay. And you know, they were there for me. They gave me what I needed when I was down, when I was hurting. And when this woman's child was shot, why weren't you there for her? Why did you back the person that shot my great niece? I can't believe this world is coming to this. Right? It's good and evil, and I think we can all see where the evil is, right? Yes, that's right. Be not fooled. I will pray for you also. And that man over there, you need to stay away from my niece's house.
Oh, there is a lot of bullying going on in that city, in that village. A lot of bullying. Threats and intimidation.
I'm going to draw a quick analogy, especially after what I just heard again, and what has been ignored once again by this administration. We're all familiar with that foul landfill on the Bishop Fork. The foul odor that comes out of that smells like a bed of roses compared to this administration. They are beyond foul. What they did to Alexis Wilson is just one of them. It's huge, don't get me wrong, but there are so many other things that need to be addressed with this administration. For instance, right now, the Attorney General has sent these people, not a cease and desist, but they're going to open an investigation into their violations of the Open Meetings Act. They ignored the first letter. They sent them a follow-up letter, because I have copies of all that. And believe me, it will go further. So you all can ignore us. You all can whisper your little sweet nothings of whatever the hell you're doing up there. But you are not going to get away with all the garbage that you pulled. At Thornton Township, I know you don't want me talking about Thornton Township, but you let one of your trustees talk about Thornton Township incessantly at every meeting. So I'm going to talk about what you did at Thornton Township. You had the gall to plant your behind in there an hour late and then cancel the meeting after we had been waiting and waiting cancel the meeting, reschedule it for Friday at 8 p.m., hoping no one would show up. And again, it backfired on you. You're not nearly as smart as you think you are. Trust me, people see the garbage that you put out. And it's worse than that damn landfill. You've got unqualified people in high places that you know need professionalism, but for some reason, well, we know the reason because they're going to, I'll show you that stuff. You know they're going to do exactly what you want them to do. For instance, that meeting that you guys canceled, and then you sick your dog on certain people in there, and then you put all those people up there to filibuster, until you finally get your way. I understand that happened tonight. You finally get your way at tonight's township meeting. But I bet you weren't 1 hour late for bingo. I bet you had your butt there on time for that. You were on time for your nail salon for your nail appointment when you come dancing in there 1 hour late. Actually, you sent Keith Freeman on that, didn't you? In fact, you were afraid of faces that day. That was a really cowardly act. I know you're here because you're near me. You dig? And this will not stop until you all pretend to be professional. And better yet, get the hell out of our village because we are sick of you people messing over us and treating us like dirt. You all are disgusting.
Mike Smith?
Shout out to Jedediah. I don't know the name of his channel, but I just discovered him about a week ago. And he had an interview with the gentleman who was released from work because he should never have been hired. I don't remember his name either, but he had him on there and he said what I said last week, and that is, this lady can't be from there. He clarified that she is not from there. She is from Chicago. Ironically, well, I'm not going to say it. I'll let you guys see. I'll go ahead and run that for you guys because I have been holding on to some information since maybe April of this year. And I could not figure how it fit, but something in my gut told me it did. The street name that this gentleman said her people live on, bingo, it's the street name of this individual that I pulled. Let's go ahead and continue.
Good evening. Just wanted to say,
Go home. Okay, guys, you have to keep order. Everybody was quiet when everybody spoke.
What everybody else had to say. I want to say that.
Okay, so this is the guy. You guys remember the video that we had the other day? This is the man that I was telling you guys about. That's from the Riverdale area where the other mayor there was indicted. He had something to say, and he literally gloated about this man's demise. Now, I think there's something about him in his past because everybody's been referencing it. But let's just listen to the bootlicking.
I'm very proud of what I see going on here in the village of Dolton. When you look at the cleanliness of your community, and I wish that our side can look like that as well. I want to say that you guys got to continue to work together. That's the only how you're going to get things accomplished and done, is working together. Again, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for what you are doing in Dolton and in Thornton Township. We do appreciate that. And that's what I wanted to say. When you talk about money that's coming back to the south suburbs, talking about $1 million, $500,000. And you were one of the two mayors. Hazel Press Mayor brought back money to his community. Dalton brought back money to their community. Ridge Township brought money back, and we have money in Thornton Township. So those leaders ought to be commended because we haven't seen that amount of money come to the south suburbs in years.
And you haven't seen the money.
Thank you for your job that you are doing to progress our area. I hope that everybody can come together and work together. That's the only how you're going to get things done. You got to work together. You got to set your differences aside. You have to set your differences aside and work on behalf of the people. So again, thank you for what you're doing. And again, we have not seen this amount of money in the south suburbs in a long time. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor Tiffany, trustees, and the residents of Dolton. Sometimes I can't get into the meeting, but I see it on television. We are just demonstrating really, really good for the media, and I'm tired of it. I am tired of coming to a meeting where I can hear humiliation about the mayor. I'm tired of coming. We're all supposed to be in Christ, but we talk like we don't have any love. We don't have any peace in our heart. And I know you guys are angry and there's issues to be solved. But check this out. Why don't we all try to work together and solve this? Trustees, mayor, residents, all of us, all we can do is just work together and try to figure this out. We can't figure this out if we're gonna be angry all the time and we're gonna accuse Tiffany of everything. The FBI is investigating her. Let her be investigated. And we don't have to worry about anything. Let's worry about getting together in Dolton as peaceful residents like we always have been. I've been here over 20 years. Same thing went on with Mayor Rogers. It's just got to stop, you guys. We got to learn how to work together and live together. Don't we want Dolton to move forward? Dolton can't move forward if all of us want to be angry all the time and disagree and they can't agree on anything. We have to learn how to agree to disagree. If we don't, we're not going anywhere. Let her bring the funds in. If she's misusing them, let her be investigated and they say, hey, whatever they have to do to her. But we're not getting anywhere coming in here disrespecting her as a mayor. It's all over television. And it's all over television. I just want you all to know we need peace. We need peace. We need peace. We need peace. You understand? We need peace. We're not going to get anything done if we don't get any peace. That's okay if you look at me. I'm a resident of Dolton, and I love Dolton. I just want all of you guys to know we need peace. We need to work together in Dolton. Whatever Tiffany has done, let the law deal with it, and we can move on with our lives. You know, I'm not going anywhere. I'm too old to move and find another home, but I do want to live in a safe neighborhood. I do want to live where I can have peace and walk out of my house. And you understand that? You know, I didn't come to be your enemy. I didn't come to be anybody's friend. I came representing myself and my home in Dolton. Thank you all very much.
All right, anybody else? Anyone else after that? That's it?
Yikes.
That's not it. You gotta die. Come
This is the gentleman's channel that I found.
Basically, on May 8, 2021, history was made, and you became the first Black female mayor inaugurated into office. Always has with a slogan of a platform for change and an intent of moving Dolton forward. A platform for change and an intent of moving Dolton forward. Instead, this administration has made Dolton the concern of the nation and not the world, with a future full of uncertainties. In 2023, this high honor of yours, Mayor Henry, became a public spectacle as you decided, at the behest of the men you choose to be surrounding yourself with, men who understand criminality and not good government. You came to handle the people's business dressed as Nino Brown, a movie crime boss, and in turn gained the attention of the media in a way Dolton never deserved. Instead of highlighting the historic achievement that God gave you, you literally are going to, and to be the beacon of hope, especially to Black women and Black girls. This administration has been nothing short of an example of everything not to do. And you have hijacked the constituents' procession to progress. In our investigation of the INA, and this is my Lori-like report, our findings are becoming more clear as the days progress. We find this administration to be self-serving, like the $1.2 billion Just Ice rink, and not the gem of a fountain, or not repairing the gem of a fountain at the heart of the village. And you did it without board approval. Enriching through charities and real estate ventures and kickbacks. Negligent at the continuous hiring of unqualified henchmen that are weaponized in government at your beck and call. Complicit, not pressing your department to solve vital cases, and your political allies to address allegations as egregious, even as sexual assault. Retaliatory, considering the amount of those seeking civil litigation as a legal remedy, and oppressive, for example, not even being able to conduct a meeting where people are not in a hostile environment giving public comment for where they live. As the mayor, we found you to be derelict in your duties, and you delegate funds inappropriately, not in the best interest of the residents, but at yourself, leaving the people of this community wanting for better. And your leading has caused the concerns of your constituents to thinking that they will be left with years of suffering, unnecessary tax burdens, and tax repercussions. In closing, and I'm pretty upset because your police are trying to kick me out for fake restraining orders that no one has. However, it's really simple. You have lost the confidence of your residents. I just asked the residents in agreement to stand and give this mayor your back.
Your Everything is all right. Y'all do everything for clickbait. All right, anybody else? Well, all right, Renee, you have the mic.
Thank you.
She has about the slickest mouth I have ever heard.
Ladies first. Who is Renee? I'm Renee. Okay. Go ahead.
First of all, I feel that the people who have been speaking up until now have been doing an eloquent job of it. I did not put my name on the list to speak. However, I was told I had to put my name on the list to be in this building. But since you have called me out, I'm going to call you out. You're disrespectful. It's disheartening to see you. You have turned our whole community into, I don't want to use that word, let's say a circus. But when the circus comes to town, the clowns come out. And I'm looking at you guys, and I don't appreciate it. And I don't appreciate how you sit there and disrespect people and don't even give them the courtesy of looking them in the eye. I'm looking at you. If they don't agree with you, you don't look, you're disrespectful. And it's sad. It's really sad. And I'm sorry that our village has come to this. And like I said, I have nothing prepared because my name was on a different list. But you want to call me out, let's do it. I don't understand why our firefighters are here begging you to take care of what they're doing. I don't understand that, and I don't appreciate that. Your house probably not even in Dolton. So when the fire comes and the whole town burned down, you really don't give a damn. Anytime you treat the firefighters that way, it's deplorable. And like I say, I don't have anything planned to say because everybody else does it so eloquently. But it is what it is.
All right, anyone else?
Hello?
We gonna call.
You got the out of order.
All right.
Hi, sorry guys, I'm nervous. I usually don't speak at anything. And I gave everybody a chance to speak and say their piece, so I hope to have the same. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I have nothing against anyone on the board, not the administration, the clerk, or the mayor. I go by Burgundy Blue. I have counsel in the chat for doxing, so if you guys want to drop my name, that's doxing as well. So this is being recorded. I'm the creator of Burgundy Blue Commentary. I'm also a Dolton resident channel on YouTube. I've been covering the happenings in Dolton since February 2024. I stuck my toe out there because I thought it was just one-sided, and I wanted to, as a resident of this town for 38 years, throughout the years, I have always been a strong supporter of my community, and I've actively worked for the betterment of our village. I even worked for the village myself. My focus has always been presenting a comprehensive view of Dolton, especially history, showcasing all sides of our hometown through the ride-alongs and exploring. However, in April and May, I encountered harassment from an individual who came to investigate the mayor and Andrew Holmes. The person claimed to have received a call to come into Dolton from residents, elected officials, and law enforcement, which initially seemed innocent since they are the very people tasked with safeguarding our community, right? This is all because I would not stop communicating online with a content creator that most of the board and lots of residents use his platform to address their concerns as well freely. His logo was even worn by an elected official. When the media or opinions could not be controlled, he became a target, and then because I did not fall in line with the narrative. I did not attend a week called Hell Week, and that's when my life became hell.
Right, give her time, give her time.
In an attempt to address this issue, I met with Trustee Jason.
And be quiet.
In an attempt to address this issue, I met with Trustee Jason House and former Trustee Ed Steve over breakfast, accompanied by a witness. To share my concern, Trustee Jason House assured me that things will be taken care of within 48 hours. Sadly, he could not help me, and those 48 hours turned into a nightmare when I received a notice of impending action from the same advocate who's been here to save us. My privacy was violated as my personal information and business were maliciously targeted. A lot of y'all are in that group, they did it. And I was subject to public humiliation and threats towards my family and associates simply because I chose not to conform. I watched the entire village. Watch this advocate say he was going to make sure I was down. So I'm just asking that we work together, and I'm asking for your help.
Hey, quiet down, order, quiet down.
Madam Mayor, my name is Armando Grundy Gomez, and I want to address something a little bit different, and I want to bring a little bit different of an energy, and I want to talk to process. I talk kind of institutions, systems, actions, and behaviors, and not individuals. And I want to talk about what leadership is. Leadership is not talking about I, my, or me. Leadership is we talk about it where we talk about how we are leaders. We talk about how we love. We talk about we're about this faith and that faith. And we talk about we're identifying as Christians, and that we say we love. But if the good book that you read and the God that you serve, it says judge the fruits of the spirit. I cast my pearls not upon swine. What I want to say to you is that it is interesting that I can be in one place in Washington, D.C., and every first and third Wednesday, I watch you all. You're the best entertainment on YouTube. I love watching my brother Jedediah. Love him. Love watching Long Island Audits. Love Brother Jason House. Never met the man. Love Sister Kiana Belcher. Love that beautiful Sister Allison Keith. We have beautiful black people in this room, and yet anti-blackness is all in here. And the only thing we can say to one another, you black, you black. Isn't that interesting? You say that you love, you're a black woman, or we're young, or we're this, or we're that. I, my, and me are words that do not agree. I don't have to sit up here and do a poem, but I do want to say that I want to encourage each and every one of you to dig deep and find the best part of yourselves. And instead of all of this, you say that all of us came out, we have a mother, we had a father. And when you sit there and talk to the most vulnerable amongst you or your elders, what does that say about you as a leader? What, I'm a leader because you have 4 or 5 pictures, or you hired this person or that person, or you knocked somebody's picture off the wall? That makes you a leader? Come on. I'm not here to attack the mayor. That's been done enough. I don't want to do that. She doesn't know me, and I've never met this woman. I don't know any of you all. But what I do want to say is it makes us look like black people like we can't govern, and that's just not true. I come from where I see black people all over this country that are doing big things. And when I see people like my brother Jedediah, brother Jason House, and we have intelligent black people in this room, and the best thing that we can do is devolve. Is that what we're doing? I'm going to ask each of you all to dig deep, whether it be the trustee, the Browns, and the Belchers, all of us. I'm not going to ask you to come together. I'm going to ask you to elevate. I'm going to ask all of us to get beyond this clickety-clackety, yickety-yackety. The real enemies are in Washington, D.C., and they're coming in November. So whether it's you're a Republican, you ain't getting nothing as a black person, and if you're a Democrat, you ain't getting nothing as a black person. I hate to tell you, and I live there. So let me just tell you, I'm asking each and every one of you up there, love all of you. It is time to elevate as leaders. Stop this performative nonsense and elevate. Y'all can stay angry. I'm not going to get involved there. I just want to ask you to elevate. I see some beautiful black people in this room. And accountability is for everybody.
Next on the agenda is general announcement. Are there any general announcements? Any general announcements?
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. I want to say that I listened to all of the residents speak today. And I know that the goal is to work together, right? I truly believe, that if you want to go fast, you go along. You want to go far, you go together. The issue is that we have a mayor and administration that thinks this is a dictatorship. And it's not. This is not Russia. We do not have poop up here. This is a democracy. And that's what I need everyone, the residents, to realize. We have residents that call me and say, hey, I received the $500 grass fund fine. My job as a trustee is to work for the residents. So when I hear someone say that and that's a concern, it's my job to make sure that it's added to the agenda so that we can discuss it. Because a problem for a resident is a problem for all of us. I have a senior who called me and say, hey, I have people in my backyard. It's been there for days. I want to know if you all have it out of control. I take that as a concern. My job is to add it to the agenda so that we can have discussion because we all have questions. These are the things that we really come here to discuss. Residents and concerns. This is how we have a better community. But yet, the administration don't even put our items on the agenda. And people wonder why we have a hard time working together. Something as simple as trying to add an agenda item so that we can discuss it for the residents. That's insane. So I'm going to leave it there because on a positive note, I understand that we're all better together. So I want to thank you all the residents, all the support, all the love, everyone who came out for our 3rd annual family skate night. It was a great time, guys. This one was a little bit different because it was all around the world, and I like that. So we had support from everywhere. I'd like to thank everyone who came out for our family night at the Chicago Sky Game. It was pleasant seeing the children watch their favorite basketball idols. I love me some injuries myself. So it was a great game. And I want to thank Chicago staff for the tickets. Having a Trump Party initiative. So Dalton residents, I'm looking for you all. If you know someone, or if you're having a Trump Party this summer, please contact me. I would love to stop by and show some support. I truly believe that it takes a village. So contact me. My phone number is 708-968-4297, or feel free to email me at bnorwood@villageofdalton.org. Last but not least, residents, I heard you all. I heard your cries regarding the taxes. Join us on June 11th, Thursday, July 11th. I'm sorry, time flies when you're having fun. 6 o'clock to 8:30 p.m. We're going to discuss taxes. We're going to have our attorney come out and discuss the problem as to why the taxes are so high, and we're going to have our very own township tax assessor, Cassandra Hobart, so that she can come and actually assist the residents with appealing the taxes. So residents, come out. Make sure you can always find our updates on our Dalton YouTube, Dalton Trustee page, or our Facebook Dalton Trustee page. Again, I thank you all. If you are having a Trump Party, contact me. For all the people that would like to sponsor, contact me, and I love you all. This should pass.
Thank you.
That was a young lady, Brittany,
Good evening, everyone.
that we had here last week.
We did a community initiative for a community garage sale with the Dalton Park District on Saturday, which was a great event, and hopefully we'll be able to do another one in September. It's all about working together. As Trustee Moore was said, we see what's going on, and we appreciate everyone that is helping and supporting us. What I can say out of all of this foolishness is that it has brought the community together. And I say that because people that haven't even thought about politics come and watch. It's not a show, but they're involved to see what's actually going on with their tax dollars. The sad part is we can't even get a business in here because of the fact of what's going on. No reputable business would want to come to our town because of the foolishness that's happening. I would address and say that please immediately following this meeting, remain in your seat because we have a special board meeting. Why we have a special board meeting? Because we sent agenda items in to be placed on this agenda as a regular meeting, which we have the ability to do that, and they were removed. These are items that we have the ability, because we're trustees, we can do that. And for someone to continue to monitor, remove, and take off our items, it's a slap in the face. Yes, she is the chairperson, but it is the Village of Dolton Board of Trustees meeting. So as long as we have a quorum, we can have a special meeting here. It's a shame that we even have to go through this. If our items were placed on the agenda, we will go through the meeting and continue on and go about our way. But because of someone wanting to be a self-servant and not a public servant, these are the things that we're encountering. It's sad, and yes, she said clickbait. It's a shame that probably from now until she go to jail, we'll be looking at camera people in here. We should be on TV every first Monday about what's going on in the Village of Dolton. It's embarrassing. It's very embarrassing. But at the same time, the same person creates all this chaos. Are y'all not going to the Thornton meetings? Y'all see the same thing happening over there. It's not the same people. So who is the common denominator? Who is the person that's really creating the chaos? So when people ask, you have absolutely the right to ask about your money because it's your money. You work hard for it, so you have the ability to ask about it. So when people going out of town, when people paying for stuff, when I'm shaking their hands to make a deal and not running it past the appropriate people that's supposed to approve it, then you should ask and you should hold those people accountable.
All right, this is very good. We're watching the meeting and we are behind it because if you remember, we came into the meeting right before they got into that portion where we couldn't hear the last man speak. We're going to stop here at point 125, and I'm going to go back where we were in hopes that they got the sound together, which was the reason why we had to move forward. So let's see what we have there. I hope we can hear. Nope, still no sound. The gentleman had no sound. So the page that we're getting the feed from, which was the former Trustee Steve. Okay, let's see. I don't know. Maybe we can find it somewhere else. Okay. No. Maybe that's where the boxing match was. Okay, let's see. Yeah, there was still no. Oh, well, we already saw this part, didn't we? The sound here? I don't know. Maybe I can go to the other publication, because this cat here is putting everybody out. All right, so well, what do you guys think so far? I mean, I find it a complete crap show. And it's so unfortunate because you hear the people pleading from the fire department all the way to the citizens saying how they felt. You heard a few people come in that had positive things to say about the mayor. And trust us, we don't have a dog in the hunt because we are just giving our review and our commentary about it. What I will say is it's very telling. The more of these individuals who are coming forward in the media to share their problems and their stories, now you see there is a little bit more where she's attempting to take things seriously by allowing them to speak a little more. I've seen some meetings where they had these, the police officers literally like Gestapos, stopping them from saying certain things. But let me see if we can't find the rest. I think I'm going to put on one of Ronnie's songs. We're going to have a quick intermission. If you guys don't mind hanging out, I'm up. I don't mind hanging out. And what we can do is we can just, let's hang out. For those of you who can, let's hang out. I'm going to put on a song and I'm going to rummage around and see what I can find. So let me find some music and see what we come up with. There we go. All right. I'm going to let you guys have some music here, and I'm going to see if I can rummage around and find something for us, because I do want to know what happened at the end, not necessarily to have it sensationalized, but I do want to know if the argument started because there was something said that was notable, and just like they filibustered earlier, maybe there was a reason for them starting it. I don't know, but we're going to find out. We're going to take a brief intermission. This is The Only One, and this is by Ronnie.d.Mann.
Yeah.
I got to slow it down, though. One other thing, so that some of you may or may not know, but Ronnie.d.Mann is the one who wrote the theme song to the Lockhart Perspective, as well as the song you hear whenever you come on to the Lockhart Perspective and Headlines with a Voice. Okay, here you go.
Jamming on the one. The second time around, you the only one. You the only one. You the only one. Yeah. Now that I know you the one. We living in the word like I know the sun. You the only one. Yeah. You said it's mine for the taking. You blow my mind with this thing called love. You know every move I'm making. You know everything I'm thinking of. And I'm thinking of you all of the time. Oh yeah. I can't ever get you out of my mind. You are the only one. 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 It was always you from the start. It was always you all the time. I wrote you on my heart. I wrote you on my mind. And I'm thinking of you all of the time. Always. Oh, you are the only one. You are the only one. You are the only one.
Call the roll.
All right.
Trustee Belcher. Aye. Trustee.
We are using the YouTube channel for the Dolton Village, the village of Dolton in Illinois. We are using this specifically for commentary purposes under the Copyright Act of 1976, which gives us the permission to utilize this piece of work that we do not own for commentary, educational, or newsworthy purposes. It is under that statute and that act that we are utilizing this. And again, we do not own it. It is fallen under fair use.
Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
This is a roll call, right?
Yeah, here. I'm sorry. Here. I'm here.
The wrong one in the first seat.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher. Norwood. Present. We have a quorum.
All right. Did anybody else sign up for public comment? Okay. Nobody? Okay.
Whew.
All right.
So, I was hoping that I would not see less fighting and more cooperation, but I guess hope springs eternal, right? I guess, is this on? Can y'all hear me okay? Yeah. Okay, so for the record, my name is Armando Grundy Gomez, and as the mayor so duly noted and where I came from, I guess I didn't actually fly here, I drove here, but I didn't, but wow, I really don't want to make this into a back and forth about who was. I do want to give shout out to Mr. Steve, your former trustee. I do think it's interesting that we all still can't come together, but I do love the brilliance of when people that are quasi-literate and try to say they understand the law. I'm going to trust a lawyer before I trust somebody that understands the law. Mr. Delgado, man, you should be looking a little uncomfortable. I don't know if that's gas or something going there, but you might want to try something for that. But listen, we all need to really do, while I'm being facetious in my jokes there, that's not cool. So I really know it's not really cool, because we all need to be grown-ups. And I'm not seeing grown-ups there. But I do want to say something as somebody that likes public administration, and when I see an administrator
Okay, wait a minute.
Apolitical
Wait
in
a
their
minute.
role,
How
but wants to say somebody.
How are we here? Because okay, all right. Let's see. Maybe it's here that something happened.
Trustee Belcher. Aye. Trustee Stan Brown.
No.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
No.
Trustee Norwood. Aye. Motion passed.
Okay. All right. Next on the agenda is new business. Motion to terminate contract of Odison, Sturk, Murphy, Frazier, and McGrath, LTD as legislative counsel. I put this on the agenda every single time because you guys know, like I know, the person that's basically their puppet master is Odison, Bert Odison. Right now, he are creating chaos amongst our community. He has our community divided. What he do is go into community.
She said he are having our community divided. Okay, so we did see a little bit of this earlier, but I think in order for us to gain context with what the individual came in and shared that they had some big blow up, we may need to start it here, because right after here is where we were not able to hear, which is what prompted us to start from the beginning with the public comments. Is that fair? I think so. So let's go on ahead, even though it will be a bit redundant, but it will still give us a bit of context into how they ended the way they did.
And divide and conquer, especially the Black and brown communities. I've been saying this over and over again, and he's on the money grab.
every single time they ask me to go into closed session to give the lawyer cases. How dare him ask us to give him cases when he's suing the village? So you have to take it for what it is. That is what Odison is doing, but he wants us to give him all of the cases for the village of Dolton. We're not going to do that. At the end of the day, my level of power is I am the one that say he can have cases or not. And the answer is no. So I will not be bullied. I will not be manipulated into doing anything by this board of trustees as it relates to Bert Odison's group. And then also, he need to stop with the back and forth with the board of trustees. They keep him on, and I don't understand why. If somebody's not getting paid, you should ask your question. You should ask yourself this question. If a person's not getting paid, why are they still where they are? You saw the main attorney, which is Delgado Law Firm, stop because he was not getting paid. But yet their attorneys come in and muscle everybody and say, hey, you know what? We want all the cases. Even though we suing you, meaning the village of Dolton, we suing y'all, but we want to represent all the cases for the village.
Hold on. We don't have any proof of what she's saying. So how is it that she has the authority to say in this man's absence, or if he's present and not being given voice to say, how can anyone say that? I don't care who it would be that would bring this topic up. We just heard her say that these meetings are held in closed session. To my knowledge, I don't think you're supposed to even bring anything out of closed session, are you? For those of you who have a little bit of knowledge with the law or with Robert's Rules of Order, please tell me, how can you even talk about something that's handled in closed session unless you're bringing a conclusion from a lawsuit itself? Or, you know, I think what you can deal with in the Robert's Rules, and this has been years, but isn't it like things for employment, grievances, monies that are being paid out to lawsuits for grievances and things of that nature? But why would she do that as a mayor? I don't get it, but let's go.
Village of Dolton. He does not represent the village of Dolton. I repeat, he does not represent the village of Dolton, and he will not get any cases from the village of Dolton. So for him or anybody to think that the board has the power to give him cases, they do not. I repeat, they do not, will not, cannot. So I keep telling y'all this. I keep stating the facts to y'all. I'm telling y'all what's going on as it relates to that law firm that keep on doing all the mess in our village, and I'm tired of it. And if you go and pay attention to any other village that he's in, it's the same turmoil, because that's what he do. He create chaos, division, and he tried to go and run people because he cannot run that form of government, whether it's the mayor or the board. If he's not with one or the other, he goes after them and sit here and try to create this false narrative and have them clashing against each other. So that is my statement for the record as it relates to Bert Otis. Next on the agenda is override of mayor veto issued on June 3rd, 2024.
I'll make a motion to approve the override of mayor veto issue.
Second.
All right, there's been a motion and second. Colorado. It's a veto.
Okay.
It's a veto.
Alrighty. Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Motion passed to override mayor veto.
Okay, so just so people are aware of what the veto is or was, it was to allow Trustee Jason House to be the mayor pro tem every single time. For whatever reason, it don't make no sense, but that's what it was for. But here's the law, just so you understand why the veto is, and no matter if you overturn it or not, this is still the law. It still would work whether they overturn it or not. So they can not.
Okay, hold on just a second, because I know the vindictiveness of this particular vein that we're getting this from. So let me just say this. This is a fair use notice. This video may contain copyrighted material, the use of which has not been specifically authorized by the copyright owner. We are making such material available for purposes of criticism, comment, review, and news reporting, which constitutes the fair use of any such copyrighted material as provided for in Section 107 of the U.S. Copyright Law, notwithstanding the provisions of Section 106 and 106A, the fair use of a copyrighted work for purposes such as criticism, comment, review, and news reporting is not an infringement upon copyright. Thank you, guys.
Not overturn their veto as it relates to Mayor Pro Tem. Even though they did, they can do that because they're gonna vote on it, right? But what I'm saying to you is the law. It is unconstitutional because it basically messes with the powers of the mayor's office. So the powers of the mayor's office is I am the one that does the appointments for those that don't understand what goes on. So I just wanted you to understand the why for what it is they just did and what they just overturned. Okay? All right. Next on the agenda, is there a motion to adjourn this meeting so we can go on to the next meeting? Is there a motion to adjourn? Is there a second? Second. Is there a motion and a second? Call the roll.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes.
Aye.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
This meeting adjourned at 8:58 p.m.
All right, next I would like to call to order special board meeting of the trustees. Today is July 1st, 2024, and the time is 8:57 p.m. Please call the roll.
8:58.
Whatever it is.
My God, what a nightmare.
Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
This is a roll call, right?
Yeah, here. I'm sorry. Here. I'm here.
No.
The wrong one in the first seat.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Norwood.
Present.
We have a quorum.
All right, did anybody else sign up for public comment? Okay. Nobody? Okay.
Okay, so it's under the public comment portion. I'm gonna speed this up just a little bit.
All right.
So, I was hoping that I would not see less fighting and more cooperation, but I guess hope springs eternal, right? I guess, is this on? Y'all hear me okay? Okay, so for the record, my name is Armando Grundy Gomez, and as the mayor so duly noted and where I came from, I guess I didn't actually fly here, I drove here, but I didn't, but wow, I really don't want to make this into a back and forth about who was. I do want to give shout out to Mr. Steve, your former trustee. I do think it's interesting that we all still can't come together, but I do love the brilliance of when people that are quasi-literate and try to say they understand the law. I'm going to trust a lawyer before I trust somebody that understands the law. Mr. Delgado, man, you should be looking a little uncomfortable. I don't know if that's gas or something going there, but you might want to try something for that. But listen, we all need to really do, I'm being facetious in my jokes there. That's not cool. So I really know it's not really cool because we all need to be grown-ups. And I'm not seeing grown-ups there. But I do want to say something as somebody that likes public administration. And when I see an administrator who should be apolitical in their role, but wants to say somebody is stuttering, that's interesting. That's really rich. When you want to attack a woman, you're a big old bully. And so I like bullies, and I think you're a bully. And so you're sitting next to a bully, so your leader's a bully. And so you like to bully women. Interesting. How rich of you. How convenient of you. So somebody asks you a question about something you should already have knowledge of, but you can't answer a question about the facts or what they are. So leaders should be leaders and should answer questions and not say, I want to just bully on a woman. So interesting. So we got a lot of bullies in the room and somebody projected too much. So yeah, I said it. So there we go. And I'm yawning too because I'm tired of hearing you. So there you go. Goodbye.
What just happened? Okay, let's listen.
You know what? I'm back again. Okay, we did our shit show. And you all were hard-headed. Do me a favor. You're going to hear the same lies over and over. The same answers. You're not going to get anything new with all the cat calls. So this meeting is our trustees meeting. Can we give them the respect? Because you don't care about that other bullshit anyway. Now we got Delgado. He unasked that fee. Did he not? We want the rest of his firm to unask it too, because you are the idiot that sat at the township meeting looking the same way you do now. And when folks want to quote the law to me, bring a lawyer, a real lawyer with a law book. Because that bullshit she's spouting, don't mean shit. She sits here and tells us what her job is and what their job is, but she disregards their job. She won't let them do it. So don't quote the law to me when it works for you. Quote the law to me when it works for everybody.
So I was a little upset and frazzled earlier. I'm just going to be very specific. First of all, I want to give kudos to your staff. Everybody finally seemed to have gained a mind of their own for the most part. And the respect that's given is the respect that's reciprocated. We could have been here a long time ago. Definitely shocked and proud to see Brother Stan Brown, because I was ashamed to be a Brown, but it seems like you're finally catching up. And literally, I think that what the people are asking for is not unreasonable. And it is really interesting to see somebody sitting in the people's business speaking about not being prepared to answer questions of an elected official. And to think that they can do that with an attitude or a sass or zestiness is a little disrespectful. And so I would encourage Mr. Freeman to make sure that the next time you come, you do like Kiana and just bring all your damn files. And then the last thing that I'm gonna say is I didn't notice that my good fellow advocate Andrew Holmes was in the building. And that's why literally, I wish that I would have looked up before I read the statement, because as it relates to you, you're the reason that I'm here. And you're the reason that everybody is going through what they're going through as it relates to an advocate, because you're supposed to be one. But you've been accused of something that's very shameful. And the least you could have done is given us a very basic and comprehensive statement, literally giving sympathy and understanding to a survivor, be it that you felt that it was true or not. And you could have at least declared your innocence, which noted you haven't done. So I'm simply asking you right now, because me sitting here looking at your face, I'm utterly disgusted. Because how dare you take your ass back outside and stand with any family when there's a woman with a child that's waiting on a response from you.
Okay, I have to stop it here, and we're going to come back, but let me give you guys the backdrop of this. Mr. Holmes has been accused of an assault on a woman while they were in Las Vegas on a business trip. I have reviewed her video ad nauseum. I also know that she was a young lady who was running for a specific position a couple of years ago. And she was then later, from what I understand, as I can see it, and anybody is welcome to correct me, but she was also an employee and assistant of the mayor at the time of the alleged assault. I found it very curious that the gentleman, Mr. Holmes, who has not said a word, was also a political candidate for mayor. As a matter of fact, I understood that he ran against Tiffany Henyard during the time that she ran. And if I need to be corrected and you have something that you can share with me that shows the actual dates, I'll accept that. And I appreciate you for doing it if there's anybody here that knows that. But to give you that backdrop, that is what this gentleman is referring to right now. So let's go ahead and finish it. And we should be done here in a couple of minutes.
Literally, as an elected official and as an advocate about what you did, was it consensual, was it not? Did you rape that woman? Did you put something in her drink? And damn it, you gonna answer, and you gonna answer me. I promise you that.
Yeah, man, we recognize. You know, I'm gonna.
Hey, out of order, you out of order, you out of order, hey. See?
Wow. 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 You know, people are innocent until proven guilty. They're clearing the room, and this is obviously, wow. 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 The last time I checked, this was still America, and everybody is innocent until they are proven guilty. this situation is not going to be tried in the court of public opinion, but rather, if there are any charges that have been filed, this is totally a Nevada case, something that was done allegedly in Las Vegas, Nevada, and something that cannot be dealt with there. So no matter who it is, and no matter what the person thinks, you do not have a right to attack anybody, and you do not have the right to demand that someone says something that would otherwise incriminate them or exonerate them. I don't think that was wise. And I do believe that that's more than likely what the individual was talking about when they came in and said, hey, is this before or after the fight? Or, there was a fight that happened. The only thing that I can tell you is it is sad that we have come to that place, that we've come to the place where public meetings are disrupted in such a fashion. And also, I think that it's sad that there is so much antagonism from the head that would foster this type of environment. It fosters that kind of environment where people actually are beginning to fight and argue and infighting, and that's so unnecessary. It is so unnecessary. Something just as simple as, asking a question that really, again, listen, here's the deal. Whether the man did it or didn't is of no consequence to me, to you, or to anyone else in the chat, unless you are the young lady that has alleged these allegations, right? Who's put out these allegations. But the most important thing for us to remember is this is the way that things will go if you have no order in an environment where order is supposed to reign. Where order is supposed to be enacted, and people see you disregard law, disregard rules, disregard regulation, have no transparency, where you don't want to give answers. And then on top of that, you add to that the heat and the anguish of a terrible, terrible crime such as this to that. It was only a matter of time before this happened. And I submit that more than likely, it's going to be even more than this that's going to come out of this area, because of the fact that this individual behaves, she does, in such a poor way, and she does the things that she does with impunity, as if no one is going to hold her accountable. There should be some self-accountability. There really should. So there you have it, folks. That was the Dolton trustee, as well as their actual meeting. Again, the last clip that you saw, maybe the last 10 minutes, does not belong to us, nor did the original portion that we were watching that we mixed up and changed, right? We legally changed it by having the backdrop. We legally changed it by speeding it up. And I have to say these things because I can only imagine what's going to be in my inbox in the morning, right? But with that said, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. For those of you who will be watching in the replay, please let us know what you think. Do you think that people should be tried in the court of public opinion? Or do you think that individuals should hold their weight and wait until you're in front of a judge and until an investigation is run and then all of the evidence is put in the proper perspective before those who are going to hear the evidence, so that they can make an intelligent decision? This young lady was not in the audience that I could see. She's not necessarily, somebody who doesn't know any of these people. She knows all of them. They were either former coworkers or, former neighbors or whatever. But to me, I blame this on the mayor because she acts with impunity constantly. And because she does that, there's never going to be any peace. I know these individuals cannot wait. These folks probably cannot wait until 2025. Now, here's another thing. Here's another side of that coin. Because she's making such a public spectacle, and because there is evidence that there are other individuals involved in her motivation to do the things that she does, she may be unseated sooner than that. Because nobody that's trying to come up on somebody is going to want anybody to bring attention and to get all of the eyes all right, looking into different things. There's a lot of us that are digging and have a lot of information. The gentleman who actually just had that verbal altercation with the trustee has been digging. He's got a whole team of people who dig. I ain't got that many folks, but I do have information. And the information that I have is just like anybody else could find, public record. You just have to know where to look. And so because of that, I don't think anybody that is sponsoring her or that, maybe standing on her side, trying to get her to help them with whatever it is that they're trying to do is going to want to have anything to do with her. They're going to want to disassociate themselves. And who let the dogs out is going to be the sung if she continues to allow these types of things to bring attention to herself, to the village, as well as the township itself. Thank each and every one of you for being here with us this evening. My name is Felicia Lockhart. Please like, share, and subscribe. I want you guys to each take care of yourselves, because remember, if you don't take care of you, I tell you for sure, for true, you don't take care of you, baby, ain't nobody gonna care. They ain't gonna care. They'll step right over you and keep on pushing. If you don't take care of yourself and you're not here and your earth suit is sitting there and your sweet soul is going on, or your spirit is moving on to the next realm. So no matter what you do, take care of yourself first, and then you can reach around and take care and help somebody else. And I just want to say that when I see you next time, I hope you're taking care of my friend, because my friend is you. Peace. Hey everyone, it's me, Felicia, of the Lockhart Perspective and Headlines with a Voice. I want to tell you a little secret. This is what I used to do, because I don't do it anymore. I would go to the store, buy the barbecue sauce, pour it inside of a bowl, put a whole bunch of different spices, a dash of brown sugar, a dash of maple, and a dash of mustard, stir it all around, and everybody would be like, oh my gosh, this is the best, this is the best. But I was exhausted after all of that, and a lot of times I couldn't remember how many dashes of what I put in it. But I don't have to do that anymore, because now I just go to Judge Joe Brown's website and I order his 3-pack of bottled barbecue sauce. It is by far the best, and I do mean the best barbecue sauce I've ever eaten. And when you go to his website and you order his 3-pack, you'll see exactly what I mean. Head on over to jjbbbq.com and order Judge Joe Brown's barbecue sauce. You'll be glad you did, and you're going to tell me about it. I know you will.
Lockhart Perspective.